What is going on, guys? My name is Kazzy and welcome to episode number 31 of my road to glory. As you can see, we're relisting a lot of these items. We're not just throwing them back up for the same price, we're dropping them due to the market going down in price a little bit. So we're changing prices, hoping a couple of them will sell on. As you can see, we are sitting on almost 60,000 coins, and with a team involving players such as Van Persie, Higuain. So we've got a lot of coinage to play with. But as you can see, we are currently on 4 points, and the EA servers have been very, very weird lately. And when I say weird, you'll know what I mean in the next 2 episodes, because it gets that bad. I don't even know what's going on at this point. But first team we come up against is a 4-4-2 with Fabregas and Leroy Fer, Eto, Jovetic, Rojo, Joe Hart. It's got a lot of very, very solid players in. But he does run through. There's a little bit of lag here. I'm not exactly sure why the rest of the game didn't lag. It was just the start of this one. But he does go ahead and get a penalty. Apparently it was Zabaleta that committed the foul. I thought it was Begovic, but the ref deemed it as Zabaleta, but he only got the yellow. Fabregas steps up to take penalty. As you can see, it's just skipping frames as he runs up to kick it. And we do go 1-0 down. But it doesn't take us too long before I think that is Wijnaldum. It is Wijnaldum. Manages to run through and equalise. It's a nice ball by Adam Maier. And this team is becoming very, very good for me. I'm really starting to enjoy playing with this. And I was about 1 or 2 episodes ago, I was on the verge of selling it, because I was going to call the episode, I think it would have been last episode, was going to be called One Last Hurrah. And it was going to be for this Dutch team, just to get rid of it, but I had enough of it. But it's really starting to pick up. As you can see, Adam Maier there smashing one in from distance, and that was one of those goals that I was like, actually, maybe this team can work. If I keep going with it, maybe I can find my mojo with this team, and maybe we can start winning some games consistently. As you can see, he was marking the player that ran ahead, and he didn't close down the long shot. And once again, look at this for a volley. Absolutely incredible by Memphis Depay there. A long-range volley. It was one of those ones, it sat up very, very nicely for him, and I had to hit it. Look at it from this angle. It just floats in the air. Not exactly lots of power, but it's got enough height and dip and everything on it to get it past Joe Hart and stick it into the back of the net. But I do decide to score a little trampy goal there, 4-2. Make sure we get the win and make sure we get the 3 points in this game. 4-2 up. Surely we cannot throw this game away, and we're not going to, because Robin Van Persie runs through here. I would usually finesse from this, but I decided to smash it. Van Persie uses the outside of his left foot, which is absolutely incredible. And I'm starting to use that celebration a lot. I think it's because I'm using Van Persie, and Van Persie obviously done that header in the World Cup, and that goal kind of reminds me of it. But he does go and get a consolation goal in the 90th minute, 5-3 to me. But that doesn't mean anything for him, because that was literally the last kick of the game. I kicked off, I went to run for his team, and that was the end. So 5-3, the final score of that game. Lots of goals and lots of players scoring the goals. But look at this, 7 points we earned in that. We are up to 7 points, I should say. However, the game thinks differently. I slow it down here. We're still on 4 points. That game counted as a loss. And as you can see, I didn't get disconnected. I never left Ultimate Team. I don't understand why that counted as a loss. So I'm just very, very confused by that. I'm still wondering why I got the loss for that. And even though I didn't get disconnected, and I blatantly won that game, and we had a very, very good performance. But the next game we come up against a 4-3-1-2 with Sturridge and Juve. Must have them up there for their dribbling or passing stat, and definitely not for that pace. But we do a little, I won't say McGeady spin, but that's actually the Berber spin, the stop and turn with Adam Maier, and we do finesse it into the top corner. It's a very, very nice goal there. And once again, we get it with Depay this time. Actually, it might have been Depay the first time, but we once again hit the stop and turn, and we finesse it. This guy just couldn't deal with the stop and turn, but as you can see, it was very late on in the game. All these highlights came in the second half, but he does run through with Vargas here. I thought I had the cross covered. He gets whipped in. Little bit of BS there from EA. It just doesn't get cleared. Maybe I should have hit something different. I don't like to blame EA a lot of the time, but sometimes you do have to blame them. Sometimes it's not your fault, but in my opinion, maybe I could have done something a little bit different there, but I will blame EA as much as I can. But we do draw that game 2-2 in the end, and once again, we get screwed over by the servers because we don't get the points again. We do not get the points, and that game was pretty much void. It's still going on our record. The points, the win, loss, and draws are still going on the record. But look, once again, we got a loss for the last game. I don't understand why. This one actually counted as a draw. But, this game, EA need to fix it. They were running fine for so long. But now, it's just like last year with the market, and you couldn't search for certain players. Is it getting to that point where the bots of all the coin sellers are starting to affect the servers once again? But we do come up against the final team of this episode. I think it was a 4-2-3-1. I actually wasn't paying that much attention to it. But we do a McGeady spin with McGeady, and then we pass it across goal. It was meant to go to Van Persie to sweat it, but it does end up going to Wijnaldum. And Widgie is going to score it, as you can see there, just sliding it in, open goal. You would never think he was going to miss that. But McGeady, once again, a very, very good player in this episode for me, making lots of chances. Ron Van Persie, I wanted him to hit on the volley. I've been trying to score incredible volley goals with him, but I'm coming very close a lot of the time, but I'm never quite scoring them. But that time, he just does a power header over the goalkeeper. Maybe he could have replicated his one he scored against Spain. But Toni Kroos does go through. He makes it 2-1 to the opponent, or no, 2-1 to me, but brings a goal back for his opponent. And 90th minute, once again, last game he managed to equalise in the 90th minute. And look at this, it's just bouncing through, and eventually it does fall for him. And with that goal comes the end of the game and comes the end of this episode. We draw the game 2-2, and we get 1 point onto our season, but it doesn't count. And once again, we are just left on 4 points. So thank you all very much for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed the episode. Subscribe if you haven't already, and join the club. But with all of that being said, my name is Kazzy, and I'll catch you all later on today when I'm giving you 3 episodes of my Road to Glory today. So make sure you stay tuned and subscribe, and you'll be able to catch all those other episodes. Leave a like if you're going to enjoy the triple upload for today, guys. But thank you very much for watching. With all that being said, I've been Kazzy, and I'll catch you all very soon.